On the news at 1, towards mitigating flood disaster, FCTA charts a course for climate change. FCT UBEB engages students on head-to-head school debate competition in Kuje Area Council. And National Heart Commission partners 4 indigenous airlines for airlift of programs.
Very good afternoon to you and welcome to NTA Channel 5 News at 1, the Unity Station. My name is Aisha Oba Ali. President Muhammadu Buhari will be in London, United Kingdom for an additional week at the behest of his dentist, who has started attending to him. In a statement, the specialist requires to see the president in another 5 days for a procedure which has already commenced. President Buhari has joined other world leaders to attend the coronation of King Charles III on May 6, 2023. And Director General of the FCT Emergency Management Agency, Dr. Abbas Idris, has met with former President of Malawi and Ambassador for Climate Change and Justice, Dr. Joyce Banda, in Abuja. The meeting was at the instance of the former President of Malawi on checking the general cause of flooding in the FCT, in addition to dealing with climate conditions, killing and displacement of thousands of people in Africa and globally, with Malawi having faced severe cases of cyclone and devastation from global warming. In a press statement made available by Head Public Affairs FCT FEMA, the DG informed that the FCT administration was bringing in experts and stakeholders to work out modalities and proper planning on managing climate change, part of which he says is to mandate developers who engage in infractions to pay for removal of such structures. Dr. Abbas also mentioned education, sensitization, and engagement of residents, particularly through town hall meetings, as one of the measures adopted to mitigate flooding in the FCT. Others are strengthening of local emergency councils, training of local divers on modern rescue techniques, emergency marshals, regular deseating of drainages, blockage of dangerous slip roads, mounting of billboards in flood-prone area, and the deployment of drone for aerial survey of flood-prone areas. Meanwhile, National Heart Commission of Nigeria and the 4 indigenous airlines, they refused to sign agreements for the airlift of pilgrims to the 2023 Hajj, have finally signed, except Saudi-based airline representative of the 4 Nigerian airlines last week refused to sign the agreement, citing Sudan crisis that will operate at loss as flights have been routed to Saudi because Sudan airspace, the shortest to Saudi, was shut down. A statement by NACON's Deputy Director, Information and Publication, Musa Uban Dawek, Chief Executives of the 4 airlines, personally attended the event with the NACON chairman. The chairman and the CEO of the commission, Alhaji Zakirullah Kunle Hassan, praised their patriotism and sacrifices in the face of the challenges posed by the Sudan crisis. He, however, appealed to them not to further burden pilgrims with additional cost or charges. The chief executives of the airlines agreed that they are not unmindful of the plight of pilgrims who had earlier paid their Hajj fare before the Sudan crisis broke out. Airlift to Hajj 2023 will officially kick off on May 21st with the advanced team of NACON staff. And to education, the FCT UBEB has continued in creatively engaging the younger generation through its head-to-head inter-junior secondary school debate competition. Kuje Area Council played host to the UBEB team. Hadiza Godwin Ebune was at Kuje and now reports.
When the FCT UBEB says the debate competition is aimed at evoking the creativity in the students and able to think on their feet, this is what it means.
Who normally do all the art and sculptures. Example of them is Ladi Kwali. She may not be able to speak English, but she knows how to do pottery. psychomotor has to do with the mental being of the child.
The debate competition was keenly contested as the only two participating schools both emerged winners of the competition.
We have imparted other knowledge to our other junior students, and we believe that they too will be as.
And I also learned to do things on my own.
FCT UBEB focuses on conveying, uniting and guiding Nigerian students on the path to being agents of transformation through the power of knowledge sharing.
We have more schools coming for preliminary stage in Amak and Buhari also, including Walada, because there are more school places like Abaji, Kwali and Kuje, they have lesser school. So we have that room to accommodate the number of schools we want.
By the continuity of this program, is going to assist the student and even the parent. If you are seeing your child performing something of this nature, it will encourage you to do more for your children.
The board is committed to investing in the development of Nigerian society by equipping youths with the right capacity and provide solutions to sustainable development goals. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
The National Youth Council of Nigeria has been advised to use their offices to unify the entire youth of the FCT and ensure transparency in running the affairs of the council. The Secretary, FCT Social Development Secretariat, Hadiza Kabir, stated this while inaugurating members of the ESCO in Abuja. Ifeanyi Izumba reports.
The inauguration ceremony is coming in after the successful election in September 2022. The Mandate Secretary, FCT Social Development Secretariat, on behalf of the FCT administration, congratulating the executives, told love, harmony and understanding among members.
Expect them to do the needful as special youths in Nigeria, because I will tell you that the NYCN chapter of FCT is a special chapter because they are apolitical. They have joined their heads well, and you can see it was a peaceful election.
Director, Youth Development, FCT Social Development Secretariat, Asaber Umar, speaks on the importance of patriotism among FCT youths.
Is going to take them on leadership, just the two of them for a start. But mind you, your training is continuous. It will not end today, because we want to ensure that we impact you so that when you go out there, you will impact the world.
The Chairman, Youth Council of Nigeria, Comrade Ango Abdullahi, promised to effect positive change.
And of course, our leadership style to some people is not okay. It's not okay in the sense chanting, protest. No. I believe and justify the means. Probably I'm shaped by my discipline, diplomacy, negotiation, talking will get us to where we want to go.
The National Youth Council of Nigeria's mandate include working vigorously towards inculcating discipline among youth, coordinating programs that will benefit the youths across the 6 area councils, among others. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Izumba, NT News.
And now to some security reports. The new phase of anti-kidnapping crusade in the FCT is giving respite to residents of the territory's boundaries.
Last week, his first pledge was to reinvigorate the command to be dutiful and intensify service delivery characterized by global best practices. Walking that talk, it is barely a week later, and not less than 70 victims, including a village chief, have been rescued from their abductors' den in the clear-out operations along Kogi and Nasarawa boundaries to the FCT. The most recent is the 58 rescued on Sunday.
Time the police is coming closer to, some of them, they abandon their victims and they take off. But the important thing for the police then is to ensure that the hostages are taken care of, than even the suspect itself. So the operation is still going on, and the fleeing suspect will definitely be arrested and will be called.
CP Haruna Garba indicated that his administration is embracing coordinated strategies aided with credible intelligence to crush pockets of crimes and make the nation's capital safe for all law-abiding citizens.
With your cooperation, we are going to succeed. We are going to do our level best. We are going to use all our strategies that is available to ensure that the residents of FCT will sleep with their 2 eyes closed.
In a reassurance pledge, the command says FCT residents will witness display of professionalism through respect for fundamental human rights and enhanced community partnership for service delivery. In Abuja, Onotu Yakobo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, contending with the upsurge in kidnapping and insecurity, residents of the Federal Capital Territory have been enjoined to keep supporting the Nigerian police with useful information to serve them better. This came to the fore during weekly Call the Police Check program, and Charity Zaka has the details.
Details of kidnapping and experiences of criminal attack by victims. Assistant Commissioner of Police Operations, FCT Police Command, Modi Magawata, assures residents of the new Commissioner of Police Haruna Garba's commitment to curtail criminal activities in the FCT.
CP Haruna is not new in the FCT. I knew him when he was DPO Zuba. He was DPO Wuse, AC admin, that's AC DFA, AC operation, area commander metro. So he's an officer with a versatile experience, and ever before he was posted at the CPS FCT, he was part of management team, that is the previous management team. So he knew how to operate with the officers. So there is nothing new, and I believe he will continue from where they stop, and I believe everybody will be carried along.
Magawata also added that the police is working with the state bordering the FCT and other sister agencies under the Security Task Force to destroy criminal hideouts in the FCT. Charity Zaka, NTA News.
You're watching the 1 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, and still to come on the news. Medical experts x-ray dangers of eye exposure to digital screen. These and more in just a moment.
News as a commodity is our trade. When it breaks in the FCT and environs, our team of professional reporters will definitely be there. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, using news to connect the grassroots people with the newsmakers and uniting the nation. We serve you the depths of news in politics, economy, education, health, security, infrastructure, even in times of emergencies. Always join our news build at 1 and 7 p.m. daily to be informed of the latest and current happenings. Our on-air personalities are the professionals you desire on the screen. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, telling you the real news, verifiable and factual, with no room for fake news.
Many thanks for joining us on the program Issues on NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
It's only when you have that you would know the number of buildings.
To develop the internal infrastructure, which we call secondary and tertiary.
So there's no reason why we cannot go in there, provide more schools, taking more services.
At the official exchange rate, they can't meet up, except the government subsidizes them.
Join us on the program every Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Issues, dissecting the issues through conversations. Join us then.
You're still watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, and let's look at some health reports. Too much exposure to digital screens, experts say, can cause digital eye strain. In this special report, Toybot and Nifowoshe examines this health condition.
With the massive growth in digital device usage in recent years, health experts believe that millions of individuals of all ages are at risk of digital eye strain, an eye condition often resulting from too much exposure to digital screens.
Digital eye strain is discomfort that you feel when you expose your eyes to things such as the laptop, telephones, iPads and stuff.
The American Optometric Association highlights the symptoms of this condition as headaches, blurred vision, dry eyes, neck, and shoulder pain, some of which have been experienced by Abbas Bunu after spending a long time on his mobile device.
Once I'm on phone for a long period of time, my eye start to develop, I don't know what I'll call it, problem. I will start feeling headache, serious headache, to the extent that to turn right or left like this, I find it very difficult. So,
although the condition is not without a treatment option, this optometrist says it can be prevented.
Talk about the 2020 mechanism when you are using your digital devices. What it means is that you work on your device for like 20 minutes, look away at something afar, or that is like 20 feet away for like 20 seconds, and you bring your eyes back to your device. Advise that in all of the 774 local governments that have, all of them have primary health centers, all of them should have primary eye care in each of these facilities, so that there is first of all a closeness of the
associated with it.
Makeshift structures, car mats, and other business activities dot the road corridor along the ever-busy Gudu-Lokogoma axis. The bulldozers of the Development Control Department have been pulling down what the city managers describe as illegal structures, but this action is not deterring some recalcitrant residents and other petty traders in a bid to making ends meet.
Federal government beckon on everybody to come to Abuja that Abuja is real. And really, Abuja is real. Abuja is America of Africa. So for that, you must be seeing people. But what FCDA will do to remedy the situation is at least make space available and affordable. Available and affordable.
I see in this FCT particularly, accommodation is a problem. So people find anything, they just develop anything just for people to come and pay, and they live in it. They don't care if this place is drainage or if it's even a right place to build. So sometimes I find it difficult to understand why they don't even care. Even if they are coming to demolish, they will just say, let's just build. Even if they will come to demolish, it will take years.
The Senior Special Assistant on Monitoring, Inspection and Enforcement to the FCT Minister Iharu Atta says the administration is not resting on its oars in sanitizing the nation's capital city, reiterating that Abuja is a planned city which must be protected at all times.
If you must live in the city, operate in the city, do business within the city, you must do it within the context of the law. Every parcel of land is planned. Every parcel of land is already meant for a particular purpose and a land use. And when you contravene that, you certainly will not be having it very funny here. The road showed us, like I said, is planned for us to have a safe portion from the road itself in the event of accident, event of a faulty car, where cars can park off, not where people turn into market and trading spots.
The question on the lips of many is that when will there be an end to the ugly development, as residents are demanding more informal markets, while the city managers, on their part, are resolute in ensuring that the status quo must be followed to avoid FCTA sledgehammer. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Similarly, owners of illegal structures hiding under the umbrella of indigenous houses will not be spared in the ongoing demolition of contravening structures. This is coming on the heels of the FCTA renewed resolve to deal with perpetrators of these ugly developments. Onoze Yakubu again reports that residents of Kabuza community in Abuja Municipal Area Council are having their own share of the FCTA sledgehammer.
Residents of Kabusa community in Abuja Municipal Area Council are having their own share of the FCTA sledgehammer, as all the alleged contravening structures are not being spared in the ongoing exercise. The Senior Special Assistant to the FCT Minister on Monitoring, Inspection and Enforcement, Iharu Atta, says the administration respects the rights of the original inhabitants to resettlement and compensation, but will not hesitate to pull down all illegal houses belonging to non-indigens. He warns mischief makers inscribing Baggy House on structures marked for demolition to desist from the unwholesome acts of deceit.
Those who are non-indigenous, who have become so mischievous to go and write all over their houses, Baggy House, Baggy House, Baggy House, you see it very much there. And when we get there, we know the indigenous houses. We have men who are undercover agents. They have been staying here for long and they have guided it here. Those who are non-indigenous and are writing an indigenous house, Baggy House, I will remove all of them.
On why the team was back to Kabusa, the minister's aide emphasized the need to sustain the operation until all illegal structures serving as criminal hideouts are being pulled down.
We are appealing to the development control to step down their action today so that people can have opportunity to pack their things. Despite the marking were done and people misunderstood the government, thinking the demolition will not commence.
Affected nation's capital city. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
It's that time we bring you sports brief by our sports decks.
The 2023 Nigeria Women's Football League Premiership Super 6 finals in Asaba Delta State will now run from June 9 to 16. The NWFL Premiership Super 6, which was initially scheduled for May 5 to 12, 2023, was postponed due to the upcoming WAFL-B Under-20 Women's Cup in Ghana. Still on football, Nigeria Under-20 football team Flying Eagles had another training session on Tuesday as focus gradually shifts to a friendly match against the Under-20 team of Colombia, which has been scheduled for the Tristan Suarez Stadium, Argentina on 16th May at 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Elsewhere, in the clash of European giants, Real Madrid and Manchester City will have to fight again for supremacy to the finals of the UEFA Champions League after a 1-1 draw Tuesday night at the Santiago Bernabeu. Meanwhile, two Italian giants AC Milan will later this night play host to Inter Milan in an Italian affair at the San Siro in the second semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. In boxing, Anthony Joshua's trainer Derek James has responded to the growing speculation that his man will face American knockout artist Deontay Wilder. Joshua and Wilder fight to crown an undisputed heavyweight champion. Those talks fell apart and both men have since lost their belts. With Sports Brief, Francisca Bile, NTA News.
And just before we go, a quick reminder. We told you that FCTA charts a course for climate change preparedness with Malawian government. Thanks, and that is how we conclude the 1 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. I am Aisha Uba Ali.